Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from Turf War and show off some Salmon Run. Salmon Run happens every so often, and it's not always open. You can check if it is going to be open if you head over to the stages area of your menu and check out Salmon Run. You can see that the one that is currently active is active until 1 a.m. on the 15th of June. And at the moment, it is 11:36 a.m. on the 14th, so we are still good to go for this. You can see there's a list of supplied weapons. That means for each round of 3, you will be assigned one of those 3 weapons. You'll never get the same one twice. And you have to, you know, fulfill the objective, as in the quota of collecting golden eggs using these weapons and working as a team. I think that's basically, like, the gist of it. Just collect golden eggs, bring them to the basket, survive, and there you go. We'll see them when they come up once we actually get into a room. It's taking a long time to actually find a crew, so it might just boot us out. But not every enemy in Salmon Run will drop golden eggs. There are standard Salmonids, which are basically zombies, and then there are boss Salmonids. Boss Salmonids are the only ones that will drop golden eggs. And while they are a high priority, you should never shirk the smaller Salmonids. And you can definitely see why later once more hordes start swarming you. Alright, it's taking a long time to load in. I think one player has a bit of a shoddy connection. Usually it doesn't repeat the panning shot around the map. Alright, here we are. I've been loaned the Splat Roller for round 1. At the bottom of the screen, there's a little bit of a black silhouette that rose up a little bit. That is to indicate that we are in high tide, which means we have a much smaller room of movement to work with. And here comes the event, which is a griller. The griller right there, if you do enough damage to the fish in the back of it, will pop open, and it's up to you to, you know, pop it open, get the golden eggs. It also has a tracker that is placed on one random inkling of the crew right away. Alright, cool. Oh, there he is. So, always be mindful of which inkling the griller is going after. In this case, that one is aimed at me. You also get 2 specials to use during each Salmon Run round. Each Salmon Run attempt. And you need to be mindful as to when you use them, if you use them. You don't have to use them, just keep in mind that you only have the 2 to work with. Try to get them. I was worried about my ink right there. We have the quota, as you can see at the top left there. We have 20 eggs collected out of 15, which means we don't need to collect more. We can if we want to, but if survival is our top priority right now, then no need to risk ourselves going after the eggs. I think I might be dead here. Yeah. The griller was just waiting for me there. Alright, and we're done. That's wave 1 down. Can we get a regular wave, as in medium tide with no event? We got medium tide. Do we have an event? Yes, we do. The sky darkened, which means that it is a unique circumstance. And in this case, it's foggy, so it's harder to see. That down there is a boss salmonid known as the steel eel. It is impenetrable from the front because it is just a mech piloted by some other dude behind it. And you want to aim for the dude because you cannot actually do damage to the husk of the steel eel. Ooh, there are a couple of stingers out now too. These guys will shoot stingrays at you from across the map, and if you're the furthest inkling away from them at the time, they will be targeting you. gonna go for this one. With the ink brush at my disposal, I can get to a location I need to go to fast and then get away from it real fast. And sometimes on this map, it's not optimal to go after the rails. Other times it is better, though. I was hoping I could get them. We are running low on time and eggs, so we're gonna need to do something. That guy who's stuck at the bottom is just asking for trouble. I don't believe we're gonna have this. We need 3 more eggs. They have all 3 of them. All 3 of them just need to get back to base now. I cannot believe we got that. All right, that torpedo I just slapped, and that one that just took off, that's the Drizzler's torpedo. And the Drizzler is one of the most aggravating boss Salmonids out there, but is all because A, it's hard to take down, and B, it causes a lot of trouble when you don't expect it to. Because you don't think the Ink Rain or the Ink Storm to be all that threatening. No, it gets troublesome because it's damage over time and it weakens you for when the bigger stuff starts showing up. Looks like we have a scrapper. I'm just gonna attract him to me, and hopefully the other teammates don't really pay him any mind. Oh, looks like they're paying him some mind. It's usually best to lure some of the boss Salmonids over to the egg basket, so it's actually easier for you to bring the eggs back to base. So in cases like the Scrapper, which is that armored driver dude that I was addressing earlier, usually good to wait for him to come to you as opposed to you going to him. But in cases like that flyfish that had the... whoop. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. In the case of the flyfish, which are the missile shooting, the Tinta missile shooting guys, that guy right down there, those will kind of stay in one place, and you kind of have to go seek them out, as with the stinger right there. The steel eel, though, which I just shot, yeah, better to let him come to you. I did not mean to kill him, I just wanted to weaken him for a bit. We are low on time now, and we are in trouble. This Drizzler, if you shoot the torpedo back at him, it's an instant kill. So, usually it's a good idea to try to get that in your favor. There's a Moz chilling out around here somewhere. There he is, or there she is. She'll cause what's it called? Well, we won. It doesn't matter. I'll explain it later. Whee! All 3 waves done with not a whole lot of trouble, so... Bit of a clutch play on the second wave. And there we go. We win. You have a bright future here, kid. I'll put it in your bonus review. Now, I've actually been playing on this particular rotation of Salmon Run for a fair bit already, so my stats may look a little bit skewed as to what you might be used to. And it might look a little bit more intense than if you were to start the game fresh. Because in Salmon Run, you start off at, like, the bare bones level. It starts really slow, your quota is not very high, and you have a lot of time to get adjusted to things before they start getting really intense, like what my current level is at. So, if it seems intense right now, don't worry. It is actually a lot easier at earlier levels. And a lot more manageable. Now, about this weapon, the Nozzle Nose, I am not a big fan of it. Tap it once, and it fires off 3 bursts. And you have to keep tapping it in order to keep, like, a sustained fire. It's rough. This particular Nozzle Nose has some good range on it, though, so it's not terrible. But it's still a Nozzle Nose, so it could be better. The Flyfish has 2 normal ways of taking it down. There is the traditional way, which is throw bombs into its intakes, and the obtuse way, which is use the Stingray special weapon, which I have, and you can shoot at it from its little hidey place. Not a whole lot of people know about this, it seems, but you can actually take out the flyfish outside of just using a bunch of your ink for bombs over and over. Really need to start delivering eggs, otherwise we're not gonna win this round. We've got a lot of eggs out on the field, but they are too... Uh-oh. They're too far down here to actually make any use of them. Alright, I'm actually just gonna walk the rest of the way. Or swim. There's a Moz after me, which is a good opportunity for me to demonstrate what it can do. Or how to take it out real easy. Basically, it telegraphs where it's gonna pop up, and all you gotta do is lay a bomb down in front of it, and it dies. Super easy. All we need is one more egg. Let's hope that this steelhead here... He's only vulnerable when his bomb is visible like that. Otherwise, you can still shoot him with the Stingray or any other armor-piercing type weapon that you might have, which are not very conventional weapons. There are these items in Salmon Run called... or weapons, excuse me, called Grizzco weapons, and they have different perks about them that do not behave like their weapon type. So, for example, the Grizzco Blaster is a blaster that fires incredibly fast and is very good at crowd control. There's a Grizzco Charger, which is at full charge no matter how long you charge it, including right when you press the button. And it fires at max distance every single time. The drawback, of course, being that it costs a lot of ink to use. So just imagine E-liter level distance at full power right from the drop. It's strong. But yeah, the point being, there's a Grizzco weapon called the Grizzco Slosher, and that Slosher can actually pierce armor, which makes it very good for dealing with flyfish, steel eels, and steel heads. And scrappers, for that matter. Now, as an E-liter player here, I am not going to be very good at dealing with the stingers, those giant pots, or towers of pots, rather, because of my slow rate of fire. I'm more suited to handling stuff like steelheads. Or taking care of random drizzlers. Also, I am the furthest one away right now, so that, I couldn't quite nail it. I couldn't quite nail it there either. Uh-oh. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. We need 2 more eggs. We've got 1 on the way. No, we need 1 more. All he needs to do is rescue people, and we're done. I say all he needs to do. It's sometimes a lot harder than it sounds. Sorry. It's easier said than done. Whenever you lose a round, Mr. Grizz down there will offer you a little bit of advice, usually pertaining to how everybody died. And that was unfortunate because we hadn't died a whole lot leading up to that point, and then as soon as one of us died, it just started dominoing. It was a domino effect. You will lose points towards your status, so you can see I'm professional right now at 480. You'll lose points towards your status if you lose in Wave 1 or Wave 2, but if you lose in Wave 3, you won't lose anything. So if you can make it that far, you're basically safe. And if you win, you'll get 20 points. You'll lose 20 points if you lose in Wave 1, you'll lose 10 if you lose in Wave 2. Bees?